Centuries ago, in my childhood, written by Dr. Susmit Srivastava, published in the year 2007. My childhood seems centuries away when I look at the atmosphere my children are growing up in. I had the luxury of being raised in a big house surrounded by acres of land which was full of mango trees, guava, jamun, bear, etc. Flowers bloomed at will, roses and mograss or the wild yellow marigolds. Jindil, a term we employed in college to those who were not so cool. In fact, my house was so big that I lost precious time counting rooms in my house to write in the essay My House at school, and had barely reached the count of 21 rooms when my convent teacher snatched away my test note from me, throwing a frosty look at me. And naturally, I scored nothing. Same thing happened when I had to write an essay on my family. Such a big house was filled with lots and lots of cousins whom we called Bhaiya and Didi. I mean, brothers and sisters. So, there I was happily counting on my fingers and then toes how many we were when again I was subjected to that freezing stare and questioned sharply. I told my teacher, yes, we are 17 of us, and you can picture my mother's embarrassment when she was confronted with the issue. Then I was enlightened that I have one real brother and lots of cousins, but did it make any difference? No. The secret of our health was that as soon as we came back from school, we would rush into those waiting arms of the lush green outdoors and try our best to get buried in tons of soil, soak up the sunshine, heedless of the thorns, brambles, and minor cuts and bruises, in quest of our favorite fruit, which grew at the farthest branch, looking for insects, butterflies, birds, earthworms. Oh, the list is endless. The fruits were never washed before we happily dug our teeth into them, just wiped on our frocks, equally clean. Dressings of wounds was always done by us by washing our wounds in the healing, cool well water drawn from our well, away from the prying eyes of our elders, covered with medicinal leaves of neem and tulsi by our childish hands. How did we know? Don't know. But no doctors, no antibiotics, no painkillers or injections of tetanus for us. 4 years younger to me, my brother was the one who always got caught and landed us in trouble. Once we collected lots of dry wood and decided to have a bonfire dance. The fruits were assembled, salt and chilies kept in a tree hole to go with it, and what we needed was a matchstick to light the bonfire. Away he went running into the kitchen, which was bigger than my present living room, to sneak the matchbox. He managed to lay his hands on it under the pretext of asking for a glass of milk. We always drank water drawn from buckets from well and poured from above, and was running back top speed when he got all entangled in the barbed wire. He got slashed on both thighs, and we clustered to his aid, forgetting our fun. Initially, we thought we could get away with it as we tried to pack his wound with every piece of cloth and leaves available to stop the blood flow. But soon got scared and gave up. The guilty party reported to elders. Brother was taken to a local doctor who stitched him up, at the sight of which one of my elder cousin fainted, and my brother laughed so hard that doctor found it hard to suture and had to admonish him. Scoldings and reprimands followed later. Where was the pain? Did we ever get bored? Nobody bothered. But did we feel neglected? Were we ever deprived of love or nourishing hot food, warm and soft beds? No tuitions, but lack of education? No. No iPods then, but had music in our souls. So contented, so much at peace, and so tired at the end of the day that lying on those charpoys in our large courtyard, marveling at the beauty and grandeur of stars, Mr. Moon smiled at us even as our grandma's voice droned on the stories of kings, queens, demons, and fairies. Centuries ago, indeed. Thank you for listening. Now, some of the words used in the passage and their meanings. He got slashed on both thighs, and we clustered to his aid. Cluster. Cluster means surround or gather. The guilty party reported to elders. Brother was taken to a local doctor who stitched him up, at the sight of which one of my elder cousin fainted, and my brother laughed so hard that the doctor found it hard to suture. Suture means stitching up of a wound.